welcome everyone and welcome to All In, All United. And as we're in the festive season, we want to also, wish everybody, the guys on the panel here as well as our viewers, you know, season's greetings and Merry Christmas and all the nice little festive greetings. We wish you all the best. How we doing, fellas? How the season treating us so far?
Yeah, I guess after the result today, the result today and the one last week, no complaints, man, no complaints.
Even
Nice.
before the game, I was in good spirits, man.
Yeah, definitely.
I had a good Christmas, and today was a good day. I don't work until next year, so I'm in a good mood, man. Good
Nice,
mood.
nice.
Nice. Simeon, JP?
Nah, man, it was a cold Christmas for me up here, man. It was cold up here, but I'm good, man. This result had me torn out, so I'm good.
Nice.
I haven't a little inside Christmas. I get COVID for Christmas, so I had to keep it inside, and hence the caveman look you seen on me here. I can't even go by my barber and fix up now.
I was nice. I was hearing that it had some blizzard in the United States and I don't know the head count, but a lot of people died.
Yep.
This thing crazy.
Yeah, people dying.
There was this one particular girl who was in her vehicle for 18 hours and she died in that vehicle.
Wow.
Jeez and H's.
Ain't no joke, man. Ain't no joke.
Wow. Caveman on the inside, what going on, buddy?
Yeah, man.
Good fellas.
Yeah, man. Yeah, full panel on tonight, boy.
Yeah, of course.
real.
So oriented guys, Nottingham Forest 0, Manchester United 3. Right? Ole Ten Hag turning the theatre back into a fortress, right?
Yep.
Because the last time we lost at Old Trafford, I think was on the opening day of the Premier League, and that was in August.
Yeah.
Today we were
well in the Premier League.
The Premier League.
Yeah.
But what game
And
we
the
lost?
last person to score in the league was Taka.
That was Sociedad.
Oh yes, in the Europa League, yes, the first game, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But even that game, I mean, if you already check it to the letter of the law, we wasn't supposed to lose that game, But guys, today, we were dominant and entertaining. In what you could argue was a complete performance. 3 goals, 3 quality goals at that. A clean sheet, 3 points in the bag, and I think we were 2 points off 4th place with a game in hand.
1 point.
1 point. Spurs.
1
point off Spurs.
1 point.
And we have a game in hand.
Yeah, and quality chances created also, eh? Don't forget that part.
So fellas, this is not a bad way to sign off the last game in Old Trafford for 2022. The team playing with swag, the team playing with confidence, right? And with the amount of chances we creating, you expect we're supposed to score at least 3 goals a game. Anyway. So getting into the we have on the program or on the agenda for this evening. Let me do the 3-word thoughts on the game. Right? So I know you all are aware of our order of business here. And even those in the comments, feel free to throw in your 3-word thoughts on the game. So let me get it from the panel.
Racial is back, boy.
Racial is back. I like that. Phil.
I got it on the screen already. My defensive mid.
Yeah.
Proper.
Proper.
That's my 3 words there. My defensive mid.
Nah, spot on. Simeon.
I mean, I think like free flowing football. Like I find the ball well moved nice today. I was, first I was watching them like they moving the ball nice. I mean, I want to see that one player name. I want to call that name who was up front before, but I find the ball well moved nice today. So free flowing football.
Free flowing football. Everybody on point this evening by JP.
Casemiro the rock.
Casemiro the rock. No doubt. Caveman.
I'm gonna be the guy to jump off in the deep end and say the title charge is on. But that's not true, but title race restart.
Title race restart. He make it.
Get what you were.
Arun on the inside. Arun saying good night, fellas. My true words. Thank you, Rabio.
I know, right? The mother was the mother's name?
Yeah. I don't know her name, but
Veronique.
What's her name?
Veronique.
Yeah. Thank you. Watch me, Casemiro on a different level, but that man.
We the guys spend stupid money on Rabiot,
yeah. I'm telling you.
Yeah, boy.
So
another 3 words: worth every penny.
Worth every penny, no doubt. Yeah, that looked like a bargain too. How much we pay for him? 60 million.
Wherever we can pay 100 million. No, we could have paid because we pay 100 million for Grealish, right? So we could have spent 100 million.
Yeah.
But still, that was in the contract. That was a buyout clause.
Yeah. But still,
that's how we could negotiate.
Jeez, yeah, but
my true
that was a quality purchase.
My true word. Donny is alive. Man, come on and look decent today. This is probably the best I ever seen Donny look.
Yeah.
The best I ever seen Donny look.
As we always say, all in all United, when you look good, you look good. If you're looking good, be like, you're looking good. And he look good, he'll come. You say, today, he look good.
Well, how long you get? 20-25 minutes or so?
Yeah.
You get 25 minutes.
The man look decent, boy. Decent. Ten Hag cooking in it.
Clearly. If you could revive Donny, that man cooking, boy.
If the man could revive both Donny and Wan-Bissaka in one season.
And Wan-Bissaka, exactly.
Yeah.
We had a
revive is Maguire, boy. The only person he can revive is Maguire, boy.
Give him an
MBE,
Ten Hag.
Yeah, understand? We had to give this man a statue one time. He don't win nothing. He don't win no trophy. Just simply getting these fellas back playing football is enough for a statue. Jody on the inside. Compliments of the season to you too, buddy. Thanks for joining, man.
Yeah, man.
He's saying my 3 words: free up Donny van der Beek and Nico.
If he perform like how we performed today, because at the end of the day, that is what we wanted. And same way how we were talking about Martial. If Martial performing like this is what we want. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
As United players, this is what we want.
Yeah. So, guys, we're getting into the team sheets, right? Now, it had some reports that came out, early that it had some illnesses running through the camp. All right, no Lindelof, no McTominay, and on top of that, we wasn't sure what was going on with Maguire because he missed the last cup game, right? And then, with only
Varane bring back that fitness from France, from the France camp.
Well, I don't know how long he was, in Carrington, but it was good to see Varane coming back in. I mean, I know that wasn't ideal for Ten Hag, right? But we would have had a makeshift defensive, lineup with Shaw coming in the centre back space. But going forward from midfield to defense would have been, we could argue, Ten Hag's best selection, right? Were there any concerns going into the game with the team sheets?
Yes.
What you feel?
My main concern obviously would have been I had 2 concerns. Could Wan-Bissaka follow up with his performance from the previous match today? That was 1. And 2, seeing Luke Shaw at centre back, I was like, okay, I hope this pans out after 90 minutes. And like I said, the concern was from the team sheet, but I kid you not, within like 20 minutes, my nerves were calm because Forrest didn't really pose any threat per se. Luke Shaw pretty did well at center back. So yeah,
Yeah, for me, but when I listened to Ten Hag with the team sheet and he said he's comfortable with the team, and he said now he have a good team out there. Then I knew that Shaw, because we saw Shaw play centre back in that three already, and Shaw looked good. I think he at sometimes we say, well, we, better we play in our back three because that where Shaw was looking best. So seeing Shaw in the two, I wasn't worried at all, because what from what we saw with Martinez and what Ten Hag would have said that he let his centre back pairing balanced, where one right footed, one left footed, and Shaw coming in, I wasn't worried at all. And then when you're thinking to Forest, you're thinking, all right, we know it's the Premier League, we know at any point any team could show up. But I say Forest, I say if we had a gamble for any game, I think there's a game to gamble at. And when I look at the rest of the team, I was saying, nah, we have a strong enough team. However, my surprise was Varane because for some reason we keeping things real on the lock and key, boy. Because you wasn't seeing a reporter Varane coming back into the team. So that was my concern. Because you hear about the illness. So if it's Maguire coming back in, if it's Maguire and Lindelof, because up to then I didn't even hear up to maybe late about Lindelof. So it's a question, well, who gonna play a centre back? So Varane coming in was a surprise to me. But however, for sure, I always thought that he would have held his own, but I guess he even went over my expectation, to be honest. Right, I think he did excellent. Otherwise, I think the team was more or less settled. I talked about Garnacho last game, that as much as Garnacho would have started the League Cup game, Rashford would have gotten back on the left-hand side. So that was expected with Anthony coming in. So more or less on top was expected, and Casemiro getting back into that hole, to me again, was most important to the solidity and the base of the team.
Yeah, Simeon?
I think the Shaw thing, like I think the issue with Shaw was, I think the height. I know he's probably taller than Martinez, but like I don't think Shaw is that good in the air. That's not my only issue. Like I don't think he covers like those crosses like Martinez would. That's not my biggest issue. I think he has a lot of problems in the air, but he did well today. He handled his business. I think like Ten Hag really showing us that he has to trust his players. Like he don't care if he gotta put you back in. He don't care. You're not gonna bring somebody else from like outside the team, like the young guys. Like he has to know a player and watch a player play for a while before he plays them. He rather put somebody else in a different spot than get somebody else that plays in the same position. Like it just shows you like how much he has to trust you to put you on his team. So I think that really stood out today. Like he has to trust you as a player. You got to play with him, for a while. And he has to see your tendencies and knows your strengths before he plays you. Because he could have easily gone back to to a younger guy. Or, I don't know who else is back there, behind. But I think he really has to trust players before he uses them. And I think you see with Casemiro, took a while. A lot of guys took a while, but Martinez, who he knows, played right away. Anthony, who he knows, played right away. So he has to know a player like inside out before he plays them. I think it shows he trusts Shaw, he trusts, Casemiro. I think that it shows that trust goes a long way in Ten Hag thinking.
You raise an interesting point there, Simeon. The fact that Luke Shaw taller than Martinez. I didn't even factor that. I was just concerned that, Luke Shaw short, he come into play a centre back role, whether he could manage, because you consider these bottom half teams would be the ones that will go for the aerial threat. And that being said, you're also correct that Luke Shaw not as strong in the air as Martinez, even though he's taller than him. JP?
Yeah, well, to me, the biggest concern would have been Shaw and Wan-Bissaka. You don't know what you're getting with Wan-Bissaka. If he could give you two good performances, but I think the comfort that I had was Varane being there. If it was Lindelof and not Varane, I think we would have had a different story today. But Varane is
True.
a leader, and you always hear Ten Hag talk about that. And early in the game, you would have been seeing Varane directing traffic with Wan-Bissaka and Shaw. So they had a lead in the back there to keep them in line. They knew what they had to do. And I think Wan-Bissaka has a point to prove. He know he has a run of games, and is either you to go to a better team, not a better team, to go to a team where you can get proper football, or you fight for your spot in the team. And I think he played with that kind of mindset. Now we've seen a good performance, two very good performances out of Wan-Bissaka, I must say. And because he's a player that most fans, I think, and he coming out with a point to prove. Other than that, I think the team selected itself as expected. Rashford went out on the left and Martial up top with Anthony back out on the right.
Yeah, David Clinton on the inside, good night, man. He's saying Merry Christmas, season greetings. Same to you, man. Yeah. Caveman, thoughts?
Yeah. I didn't see the team sheet beforehand. I only picked up on it when I started watching the game. But my only concern regarding the squad as a whole is just the squad depth. Um, you know, thankfully Bruno has a good record and not getting injured, but we are one Rashford or Martial injury away from a mini crisis. Then we'll be having to depend on youngsters or people. Yeah, youngsters are people that with Garnacho. But yeah, let me just throw it out there. We'll have to be dependent on Garnacho, Anthony Lingard as a backup, because we don't know when Sancho is going to be back, and so that's my only concern. It's not mainly to do with this with today's team sheet. It's just the squad depth in general.
Yeah. So for me, it was always Wan-Bissaka, right? And I think JP had touched on it, whether you again next game, because the game that Wan-Bissaka played was against championship opposition. And I don't want to take nothing away from Burnley because they're flying high, right? But they're still championship level, right? And Bissaka had a good game there. I was always keen to see whether he could have, done the same against Premier League opposition. And in my opinion, I was expecting Nottingham Forest to come at us knowing that our defense was makeshift. I was very, very surprised that Forest sat back and allowed us to play out with the ball. I was like, what? Really? And when you gave our backline that kind of confidence, I mean, Bissaka not feeling threatened in no way because nobody pressing him, and I mean, so to be honest with you, I was concerned going into it, but after I saw how the game started, I was quickly, put into a very, very comfortable place, knowing that if they try to break on the counter, we have 4 quick defenders. Bissaka, Varane, Shaw, and Malacia, all of them quick in terms of recovery. So even if we were to play a highline and they try to break on the counter, we had quick players to recover. Apart from that, so when I saw that, I was like, well, I mean, it's up to us now to score goals, right? Because I don't really see any, major concern with how Nottingham Forest approached the game. So yeah. With Maguire, now with previous managers, right? Even his English manager, Southgate, Maguire playing. Sick. Sick. Once he fit enough to make the match day squad, Maguire starting. Right? However, Ten Hag said, he ain't starting because you now come back off, illness, so forth and so on. Now, I know Chevrolet's normally call me a conspiracy theorist, right? But What's all your thoughts on that? Because I mean, if you're in a situation like this where you're short on centre backs, you had to play a left back in centre back, even though Shaw did a good job, there's hindsight, right? We didn't know what kind of game Shaw was gonna give us. All we know is, all right, he's a footballer, he could probably play there, but that's not his first position. But you have the club captain, who is a centre back, on your bench, fit enough to make the bench, and you didn't start him, you start a makeshift centre back. You all.
But yeah, I ain't no conspiracy theorist as Reem. All I saying is I don't know what is Maguire fitness level. I don't know what his conditioning. I don't know what kind of virus he had. I don't know how he was struggling in training. I don't know. Remember we talk about the heart rate monitor. I don't know how his heart rate monitor was functioning during training during the week. Right? Maybe his recovery and his heart rate was very low. So the coach said, Maguire, right? From what we're watching here, yeah, ready. You'll get a few minutes to build back fitness maybe, or conditioning or whatever it is, but you're not ready at the moment. That's how I see it. But I also know that he's not one of Ten Hag's favorites. So definitely, right? And again, with a little body shaky again, he almost damaged his knees today. Again, it shows why he's not one of Ten Hag's favorites, right? Because you're not agile, you don't have street sense. But I wouldn't go as far as to say that Ten Hag maybe just didn't want to play him. I think maybe really had an issue with illness, and Ten Hag said, maybe really didn't want to play him, but he gives us that card also that he want 100%. When in the next game, maybe if Martinez reach back, you might play that game.
Magala saying he back to Leicester, boy. Good lord.
Was it Magala? It was Dennis.
Emmanuel Dennis?
Yeah. No, but I just saying because Varane, didn't come back too long. And Varane didn't get much training either with the team, and he was straight back in, right? And he plays. Anyway, go ahead, JP.
Yeah, I think it can also link to what Simeon says, trust in the players. And I think we know where Maguire is in terms of trust with Ten Hag. He's further down the pecking order in terms of centre backs right now. And then it's about the balance that Ten Hag like with his centre back pairing. Shaw is a natural left footer. So he could keep Varane in his better position in the pairing and play Shaw there. He trusts Shaw. He showed that today, and I think Shaw backed him up in that trust in the way that he performed. So much so that he could have given Varane a rest and let Maguire get minutes. So I think Maguire had to accept his fate at Man United and start talk to his agent and start looking to leave. Because the reality is he's not in the top order for Ten Hag. He's not up there. It don't make sense.
So he's fourth choice centre back right now. Because I just saying.
Yeah.
Next time, Shaw go back centre back. Let me honest.
Exactly. Because he get there, so
I tell you, it had no reason not to play him again.
Maguire has to learn to play another position on the football field because he ain't getting that centre back position no time soon. Sorry.
He could be auxiliary striker still. He could be a striker.
He could be whatever he wants, but bro, that's in the back position. You are going further down the pecking order, bro.
Yes.
Especially considering how well Shaw played today. Eh?
Exactly.
Yes.
No, I mean, you see, like the first thing Maguire does, I mean, he go for the armband. That's so come on with the short armband. I mean, he always be captain, man. Like I don't see Maguire giving up anything. Like I don't see him. They gotta push him out the team or something because I don't see him giving up anything. Because I think he's still stuck to be the captain and being Do you remember the comments he made? The comments he made. When was it? Like a few months ago about what he say? He was how anybody take him off. He playing, so that means he's the best. I mean, what are you saying?
Yeah. You're saying
He can only make
keep getting selected.
he can only make those comments under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. He can't make those sort of comments under Ten Hag.
But still in his head, so we gonna see. Yeah,
but I end this season I cannot see Ten Hag playing him back as captain. Honestly, I can't see it. Even if you want to do a Phil Jones and run on the contract, see if you get extension, run it down. You know, I can't see Ten Hag playing him back as captain.
But it's funny because as soon as Maguire was subbed on, the first thing Bruno did was put the captain armband on Maguire.
Yeah,
so
because Bruno is a matter of time. It's a matter of time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's your take on this Cave? So Maguire thing. Before you come in, let me just go.
My internet was giving trouble, so I didn't hear the question.
Yeah. Okay. Rishi on the inside, thanks for joining, man. He said competition is really great into forcing players to improve. He said the jury is still out. There was more playing time against tougher opposition is needed. Yeah, fair. But I mean, it really does help improve, the players, the individuals, right? So Cave getting some problems with his internet, so we'll move on, guys. So today,
move closer to the router, buddy. Move closer to the neighbor window.
Back on the window.
Yeah, boy.
So earlier, I couldn't help but do some, retroactive work, right? So before we're going to talk about Casemiro earlier. I had to bring this up, right? So a couple months ago, this is what Mr. Man United hater had to say. Casemiro isn't a great player. He has never been. I think he was lucky to be in that Madrid team. He's played with great players, but he's just a decent, steady Eddie.
What a joke.
Good.
Hey, at this moment, right? Even if you look at Kevin De Bruyne, right? But as much as that different positioning, with De Bruyne might be a more attacking player, but as a central midfielder, I think Casemiro is the best central midfielder in the league at the moment. Because when you look at
I say best defensive mid right now, honestly.
Because when you look at the awareness, the quality of the passing, the assists, right? Casemiro, even attacking wise, he has been one of our best attacking midfielders when he's in the attacking third. And defensive midfielders. As much as you might say Bruno, we know how wasteful Bruno is on the ball. We know how Eriksen could be at times, right? As quality, of course, but the most consistent player, midfield player on our team, I would say defensively and even attacking wise, because the quality of passes that Casemiro plays all year. When you watch and you say, wow, how he find that pass in after a forward player. To me, I think he's the best central midfielder in the league at the moment. Quality, real quality.
Yeah, Phil, we make a Graham Smith on his wayward comments, and before you say that, even I guess realize pundits have an agenda. Is either they have an agenda, or they just get dotish when talking about Man United players. Because
is that a love to hate us in the rim? Is that a love to hate us by the middle ground?
Even Carragher on Martinez, he don't think Martinez gonna make it, and look, Martinez is one of the top performers. We can add a World Cup winner now. Anyway, go through Phil.
I realize that in today's society, whether you're a football pundit or you're a content creator, whatever, right? In order to get more people to follow you and to, I guess, acknowledge your presence, you must say something out of the ordinary or something that goes against the grain, right?
True.
One of two things will happen: you'll be proven right, or you'll be made to look like an idiot. It doesn't matter the result. People will lock on to what you say, right? Now, Graham Souness has said some very outlandish comments over the last probably 5 to 7 years, right? And he's still one of the most popular pundits because people look forward to what he has to say so they can either laugh at him or agree with him, right? I don't know how often Graham Souness used to watch Casemiro for Real Madrid, right? let's be real. Real Madrid back in the day was the focal point was Cristiano Ronaldo. Let's be real, right? I think when Cristiano Ronaldo left, there was more focal point around the midfield of Modric, Toni Kroos, and Casemiro, to some extent Benzema as well too, right? But let's be real. A lot of defensive midfielders and below, and by below I mean defensive midfielders and centre backs and anybody in the back line and the goalkeepers, they will never get the praise that they need once the striker or the wingers of that certain team are scoring goals and dribbling. Right? Don't forget, most people flock to highlights that are of wingers and strikers dribbling, scoring spectacular goals, right? But Casemiro has gone under the radar at Real Madrid. Those who watch Real Madrid will appreciate Casemiro. Those who follow Casemiro, whether you're a Real Madrid fan or not, will appreciate Casemiro, right? I've been a big fan of Casemiro for God knows how long, right? So I know what Casemiro brings to the table. With regards to Graham Souness, let's be real. Most English pundits only watch other teams when it comes to Champions League. When it comes to Champions League, right? Some English pundits will stick to watching EPL, and when they have to give an opinion of some other player in a different league, they'll give some basic definition of, oh, he's a good player. Let's see what he can do in the future, and all this bull crap, right? So, at the end of the day, Graham, so let's keep the comments coming. I will keep buying players that will prove you wrong.
Well said, Phil. Well said. JP?
Yeah, I don't take Graham Souness seriously, because you cannot win 5 Champions Leagues as an integral player in the team. He wasn't coming on as a sub, he wasn't a part player, he wasn't a utility player who will come on for a few minutes. He was a starter on a team that won 5 Champions Leagues. You don't get that by being a steady Eddie, right? That's rubbish you're talking. And I think in a matter of weeks playing in England, the man has proven how great he is. I always say a game is won or lost in midfield, and we win in games now because of the midfield we have.
Of course.
And
that
steadying presence that this man provided in that midfield there is like, nah, you cannot question the quality. You can't. He is quality. He is a world-class central defensive midfielder. I turned it today, I watching the game, and I find myself smiling because it's like, how we get Casemiro, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. A lot of people don't realize how, and I can probably say this from most Man United fans, but Casemiro and Christian Eriksen brings a calmness to Man United midfield,
Of course.
A calmness where the fans don't have to be jittery and like when they pass the ball to this certain player, like, oh shoot, what is he going to do with the ball, right? You can easily pass the ball to Casemiro or it's Christian Eriksen, and my blood pressure won't rise. That was under Ole. You pass the ball to Scott, it was like, oh boy, oh boy, right? So
yeah. And we got a reminder that in the cup game, the League Cup game.
Which I didn't
watch. McTominay, yeah. Nonsense.
You didn't watch that game, Phil? Wow, we should see that game, man. You remember all that?
Boy, yeah, we cooking now. We cooking.
Simeon, jump in on these comments from students.
Yeah, I mean the World Cup said. I mean the World Cup, that World Cup game against who they play? Second game against when you score a goal. Who they play?
Was Serbia?
Serbia was the first game.
The second game was Switzerland.
Yeah,
it was Switzerland. Yeah.
I mean, but I had like a tear in my eye. I watched this man play. I had a tear in my eye. I'm like, man, he's with United, man. I text Kareem. I'm like, you believe this? You believe we have this man on our team? We had McTominay.
We had Switzerland.
And now we have, Casemiro. It's like, I can't believe, after years of, depravity in that midfield to have him. So, I mean, Casemiro's spot. I mean, this Sonis, he saw us, so I ain't worried about him. I mean, the world knows how good Casemiro is, and I think it's the what makes it so much better or looks much better is we haven't had a good one for so long. And to have him there is just, we need to listen to what anybody else says. So
Yeah. Caveman, I had this one fair, right? Now, I mean, we seeing a level of football or a level of quality that Casemiro bringing to, the fold, right? The man is 30, right? So I don't know how long he could be playing at this level. How do we replace this man when it comes to that time, boy? Because I mean,
before Caveman come, don't forget the prime years of a midfielder are between 27 and 33, right? So we can
33.
get
So we
maybe
still have
another three, 4 years out of him, right? If he turns out to be like a Luka Modric or Andre Pirlo or Paul Scholes type of midfielder, then cool.
We
because
haven't played full contract.
Go ahead.
I said we haven't played full contract if he turns out to be like a Luka Modric or a Paul Scholes.
Because I mean, what Luka Modric doing, I mean, is commendable. But as I always say, the demands of the Premier League different to different leagues now, right? Because even with Manchester City, the likes of Fernandinho, from the time them fellas hit the 30s, them was Pep didn't start looking at replacements for them already, right? And their minutes started to get less and less until they were out of the team, right? So, I mean, I think we would be foolish to think that Casemiro will play through at this level for the entirety of his contract at Man United, right? So that's why I'm asking the question. What do we, how do we now, consider replacing him? I know we linked to this guy called Enzo Fernandez, but is he the same kind of player? So that's basically what I'm trying to get with this question, because I being honest with you, observing the league at our level, I don't see Casemiro playing at this level for the entirety of his contract. Correct me if you think differently, yeah?
Yeah, you could only wait and see. you could only wait and see. Because if you look at it, footballers' longevity, for some reason, as much as the game getting faster, they lasting longer. Because we're talking about, as much as we talk about different leagues, right? Modric, talking about Ronaldo, even Messi, as much as they are right up there, I think we could put Casemiro also in that bracket also. As much as he may be a midfielder, and why not? Why not he be on those levels also? I don't see no reason why not. But again, only time could tell. Only time would tell.
I think the issue you're talking about, I mean, it's more of a organizational issue. Like most teams, you look at Real Madrid, they more or less changed their whole team from older to younger. You see the plan. They went from Casemiro to
Chouameni.
Yeah, I mean they update.
But
I mean,
still had Toni Kroos and Modric still as
yeah,
focal
but
points.
you seen the plan to have guys come through. If it's one by one, you seen. Look at Barcelona. They got a pretty young core as far as coming up. But like, do we have that? And we don't have the academy levels like they used to be. Besides, say forwards, we have good forwards coming through, but we don't have any midfielders coming through like we used to. Like, where is that scouting?
Yeah,
Where is that development coming
don't
from?
forget we got the likes of Savage, Iqbal, Manu. Those guys
Yeah.
are names that Man United fans know about, but they aren't on the same. They aren't getting amplified like the Tuchemanis and Camavingas and the Pedris and the Gavis, right? Because those guys got amplified based off of playing first team football week in week out. everybody knew about Camavinga and Tuchemani in France, and then obviously like Gavi and Pedri, Euros 2018. That's it, right? Yeah, or 2020. I think 2020, yeah, Euros, yeah. Yeah, so those guys got amplified based on the stages they played off of, right? So the likes of Manu, Iqbal, Savage, they're getting amplified because of what they're doing in the youth academy, right? But like I just mentioned, the likes of Camavinga, Pedri, Gavi, Tuchemani, those guys got amplified based on them playing in France, them being playing in the first team for Barcelona, them obviously making the their national teams at such a young age and starting as well too, right? So yeah.
JP, so on this, right? Because we're talking about you know, thinking ahead, because Simeon made the point that Real Madrid saw Chouameni and Camavinga, you know, we waited 4+ years to replace Carrick, right? Earlier,
For alone, I thought it was longer than that.
well, probably more than that, right? We waited, earlier we wait long, right? Just to get a proper central midfielder, right? So, you know, I mean, forgive me if I'm concerned that we think Casemiro immortal, right? Because I don't want, when Casemiro levels start to go down, that we find ourselves in the same situation pre-Casemiro, where the team had to suffer before we actually plan to have a smoother transition.
Boy, you know how to dampen the mood, boy, because Casemiro played his skin out today, and you dampen the entire mood.
Yeah, I get because that stick with me, and I get frightened because watching the level, and I'm saying earlier, if Casemiro, like even Cave say, if Casemiro get injured, we one injury away from McTominay and Fred again and all. Right?
Hey, Kareem, what about Ericsson? Mounty bad heart. Ericsson.
You understand?
Yeah.
So I just get frightened. I watch the game, I enjoy it, but I get frightened, Phil, right?
But we had to trust the process. You had to trust the process. We had to trust that Ten Hag had a long-term plan.
Process with what?
I tell one of the guys, Ericsson, hard
With this board?
with an arc reactor from Iron Man. Okay, so that's not good. Okay,
You can't trust the process with this board, man.
You don't think so? I feel like if things change, you know, maybe I could be naive, but I feel like if things change within the club,
don't get me wrong. The board and the ownership should be changing within the next 6 months. You know, and that's I kind of get why. And this to go a little bit off topic, but I kind of get why the board didn't want to invest in Gakpo, if that makes sense. Because if I selling the club, why would they want to push more money towards the club that I'm looking to sell? It kind of don't make sense per se, but I guess when we get there, we'll talk about that.
Liverpool in the same position?
Yeah, but nobody don't want Liverpool.
So, where's KG something? They might have all the close. Let me get some comments here, guys. Jody saying here, Cave going to put the Wi-Fi router. I've seen some reports with Enzo, but I'm more thinking that Enzo is Ericsson place competition more than Casemiro. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Eric, loose on the inside. Thanks for joining, buddy. Yeah. He said we have to thank De Jong for not wanting to join United because of that we got Casemiro.
But De Jong could be a replacement.
I get
De Jong don't have that defensive mindset.
Defensive qualities.
Yeah, he ain't got the defensive qualities like Casemiro does. Trust me, I watch a lot of La Liga. His defensive awareness is not up there either.
Yeah, true.
I think Ericsson.
He's more like a control type.
Yeah.
Exactly. De Jong and Ericsson would be the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Right. Arun saying here, Bruno's tendencies to go for the Hail Mary pass has thankfully gone down.
You don't need to
keeps
do
it
it anymore.
simple now. Yeah,
You don't need to do
although
it anymore.
He actually did two today that came off. He gave the Robana to Fred.
But that's the thing. Ain't nothing wrong with doing it once or twice a game, but last season he was doing it like 5 times a game, 6 times, 7 times, and only 2 was coming off. So the less that he has to do it, the better.
But
And that's all I wanted.
Bruno actually admitted, like, if I pull off 20 passes and I give away 15 or 17 of them, right? Those 3 passes, you strikers up there better score them.
Because for the League Cup game, you spray a few wide.
Yeah.
He was wilding last week.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. He also saying here.
Wait, who's the midfield then?
Scott?
Who?
When?
Yeah,
for the last game?
For the last game, yeah, where Bruno was wilding.
Scott, Bruno, and who it was?
Ericsson,
yeah.
Aaron also saying here, Rashid game has to increase. I think
he said Rashid game 2 has increased.
Or 2. Okay.
Has increased.
I think it was only once. I think I saw him try to run through a group of players today. Yeah, he did it only once today.
Investing in Rashid stock.
Yeah, Jody saying here, Ivan Tony Loden.
Jody, where have them information from, boy?
Bettinho. I would say here, in the transition you're talking about with midfield, reminder we need a centre forward. I guess you'll get your answer soon. Yeah. I just enjoy. At that point in time, you're enjoying something so much that you get kind of flash, and you just want to make sure that it's not short-lived. That's how I felt about it now. Kurt on the inside, good night, man. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying good win today, fellas. Of course. Thoughts on Anthony today, fellas? I was expecting this question to pop up,
Let me kick it off, boys. I have not been impressed by Anthony. Even when we were in for him on Gakpo, and when I rewatched some games, and I wasn't impressed with. I wasn't sold on both of them. But then it was more sold on Gakpo than Anthony. And then I tried to do some reverse psychology on myself and say, I need to buy. He got a little deft touch. He could put the ball into the box. I ain't too bad. But I should never do that because I am still not convinced.
Reverse
and I don't think I'll be convinced. Yeah, I don't think I'll be. He has a long way to go to repay that price tag, and I don't think he'll ever repay it. That was stupid money. That was stupid money that we paid.
Wow.
But I hope. I am hoping that that his upbringing and his South American mentality, they have a lot of grafters. I'm hoping that he can continue to keep his head down and keep working to try to hack how he fits into this team and make an impact. But he has a long way to go. Before he could, at the rate that he's going at, he has a long way to go before we could start seeing some results for that, in my opinion. But I'm hoping for the best that he can hack it, though. I'm hoping that he can hack it, but I'm not convinced.
With me,
Anthony by cave boy. You get into Anthony there, boy.
I could be. I agree to some extent what Caveman's saying, but for me now, it doesn't matter if you cost 100 mil or 10 mil. If you're starting from Manchester United consistently every single week, you must perform, right? It's obvious that Anthony will be amplified again because of his price tag, right? Mm-hmm. Let's be real. Anthony didn't set that price tag, he just signed a contract. That's all he did, right? But he still has to perform, right? And I'm not going to lie, I kind of I got to go back to the Arsenal game where he made his debut and he scored. Right, I got to go back to that. Right, because I told a couple of other United fans, I'm glad that Anthony scored on his debut. I'm glad it was against Arsenal, but Anthony did nothing else in that game, right?
Mhm.
And they were like, "Oh, big Phil, no, you got to be happy for him. Wait till a couple of games later on." And I mean, I have seen glimpses of what Anthony can do, but decision making is one of Anthony's biggest problems, right? His passing is not that great. One, he has to know
Yeah.
when to dribble, when not to dribble as well too, right? And I am willing to give Anthony about 2 seasons, starting with this season, right? That's just me. So, but in terms of today, Anthony, nah.
Jody Buddy cried out.
For me, when I looked at the Croatia game, right? When he came on in the Croatia game, I saw a lot of good things.
Yeah,
And yes, and I think that it's just time. I think he needs a bit of time, and then I think we would see more of Anthony. I think Anthony has a lot to give to United, and if he could be more consistent with the type of performances he put on for Croatia, I think that will do us well. I honestly given him as much time as possible, to be honest, because I think he has quality. I think he has a quality left foot because, and then again, when I look back at the Ian Robbins with that one left foot and how deadly that left foot could be, I think if he really refines that trait, I think he even have physically, more imposing than even Ian Robben. I think he's more skillful than Ian Robben, but he's not as efficient as yet, and maybe not as intelligent as Ian Robben. And I think that is the part of his game that he has to improve. And if he improves that, I think Anthony could be a world beater. But again, it's up, as Kay would have said, it's up to him and maybe his upbringing, his determination to want to improve. I think is up to him at this point. But I think he has it in him. I think even before the end of the season, I think we would see some good performances. It may be sporadic, but I think we would see some good performances from Anthony for the rest of the season.
JP, I'm again on this Anthony now because watching today's performance, we were all saying that this is probably Ten Hag's best front three, right? And I remember even before we were saying, well, boy, Sancho had a watch himself, Sancho boy, whatever. But after today, if Sancho was watching his game and he was dealing with any confidence issues, I think he could be on top of the game right now because that right wing spot open after today, But Kay was brutal. I don't know if JP here, Kay thoughts, right? Kay was real brutal. Was it take on Anthony?
Oh, how was it brutal? The only
I think
it was a waste of money to spend 100 mil.
Yeah.
On an improvement player.
I will say let us see how it go before we say we waste money because the potential there, but like you're seeing as if he holding back because he has the skill to run at, and he not doing it for some reason. He holding back like it has something in him that he does not expressing himself as you want him to, and as you know he could. So something in him holding back, and I think the potential in the player there, and so far, Ten Hag get it right with every player that he signed. And he would have had to see something in Anthony that make him believe, yes, I tell earlier, go ahead, I sign off, spend that money on this player. Right? So I feel...
So you're saying this can be a player Ten Hag get wrong?
I like them players that play. No, there's not a player getting wrong. He's not getting wrong. He's getting this right. And I think we will see it. We will see it. We will see it eventually. I remember he come from the Dutch League too, and I think people don't remember that Dutch League is a development league. So when you bring a player in the
Dutch development league, boy, and y'all call Y'all say Rude?
Properly.
Don't forget where we get Rude Van Nistelrooy from, boy.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Rude. What kind of development?
Yeah.
Hey, consolation is he got more goals than Bebe.
But I mean, the Dutch league is a shopping league.
Boy, don't
Wait,
forget
does he have more goals than Bebe?
Ronaldo came from there as well too.
Wait, let me double check there.
Let me just get some
How
comments
much
while
goals
we
Bebe?
moving on,
How much
guys.
goals Bebe got for Manchester United?
Man, we ain't care about that. Baby, my God.
But
Could
you remember
could
who played the right wing before Sancho? Remember who played right wing?
who was that? Mata?
We don't talk about him right now. We don't talk about him anymore.
That dude. Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah. Wait.
Play right, right?
Yeah.
Pogba?
We will let you know in the comments. We will let you know in the comments.
Ronaldo? Can't be Ronaldo.
Oh Lord, let it move on. We'll let you know in the comments, Gabe, man. We'll let you know.
late slide, Kev. Late slide.
Yeah, let's
Could say here nice goal and assist from Rashford today, no doubt. We could talk about Rashford just now. Arun saying here as of today, Bruno is the player with the most chance created in the PL this season. Okay.
Yeah.
Could say if only Anthony had a right foot here, boy. If maybe the right side of his brain.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Jody saying here, I'll leave my Brazilian alone. Anthony's still learning. Yeah, we know Jody and his affinity to Brazilian players, right? Kurt saying here, Fred had a nice cameo today, no lie. Yeah, Pastor Fred come on and score a nice little goal, man.
Yeah, are you best position player up the field? I think
and come on with Fabo 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, he's more confident up there. Come with that energy and run out your contract.
Yep. Not no defensive midfielder.
No, but he.
All right, Joey, let me done talk about Anthony. We can move on fast.
You bring on Fred, for that energy. That's where he give it. That's where he gives. So when you want that kind of energy, you bring him on and let him run down the place. Like them wild potong. Jody saying here, so we're not going and talk about. We want to talk about Martial, Jody. We want to talk about Martial.
Another solid game, Jody.
Another solid game today. And I mean, you consider this striker role in Man United. That's a graveyard shift, They're working hard,
Yeah.
You understand? He working real hard, plenty of runs, not getting financing, But apart from that, Marcel was solid, man. Alright, he's saying here, I just want Marcel to go through the rest of this season injury. I think that's what Ten Hag trying to manage right now. That's why the man getting pulled off all kind of jokey times.
Yeah, we gotta do that.
Yeah, that way Varane and Martial got subbing now because those two guys kind of injury prone now,
And two Frenchmen.
Yeah. Kurt saying here, I hope Sancho returns rejuvenated. Lately, a lot of our players seem to be having mental issues.
That Manchester United badges
are heavy badge. Let me shut up. Not just that. The club ran poorly. See, everybody's come there and get a shock in their life when they join the club.
Kurt saying it baffles me that our team would be interested in a player and always get hijacked. Yeah.
But honestly, we know that we wasn't really interested. We was interested in summer, but were we interested now? I don't know. We just want the media hype and what we get in the media, and sometimes it could be misleading.
No, all right. Let me comment on this. Because in the summer, right? In the summer, the club were using the journalists to brief information, and they were briefing that Manchester United is aimed for a dynamic forward, meaning somebody that could play more than one position, a forward that could play more than one position. All right, no, we're getting close to the winter transfer market. No, we're aiming for a 9. Which is it? Why we moving the goalposts? It's like the club just ran by that people on that board. Frauds, man. Frauds. They're just feeding people beer lights, man. And I think that they don't have a solid plan. And to save face, that's why they keep shifting the goalposts.
Man, the way
Because you can't go from wanting a dynamic.
The way caveman talking, you swear you're describing a politician in the Caribbean.
But Manchester United is a very politically run club.
True.
It's a very politically run club, man. So,
But by
but
that being
but
said,
yeah,
Cave. So you saying basically that you think that we missed out on Cody Gakpo, that we were in for him and we lost out.
we missed out on Cody Gakpo.
When? No or
I don't think we went. I don't think we went in for him solidly, but I think it was just a talk and an option, and we weren't serious. We weren't committed and this is a thing that's been going on for years. We don't be committed to a player till it's too late, and then we got to spend big, stupid big. Yeah. Look at Bruno. Look at how we missed out on Bruno in the summer before he came. We weren't committed to Bruno either. Then we had to go and pay more money for him in January at the last minute.
We could go back to Fellini.
This is part of our identity.
Yeah, you can go back. We can go back quite to Fellini. Since Fellini, we're doing that.
Last deadline day.
Exactly.
Deadline day.
Yeah.
This has been the theme. This has been the theme post Ferguson. Like, even with the board changing, it's still the same thing. Still the same thing.
Simeon, so what's your thoughts on
anyway, so that's my rant. You'll have the floor.
Yeah, man. What's your thoughts on the Gakpo miss? You think we were in for him, or the briefs that we getting from the club media personnel that we was never really in for him? You think it's a miss, or we wasn't there?
I think we were interested in him, but I think we could get our price. I think we looked at the price for him. I think we wanted to get him, but I don't think we were committed to paying a high price for him. You know what I mean? I don't think we would miss out if we didn't get him, got another club, spend more money. I think.
I also think we broke too.
Yeah, I mean that's what it's saying, but I don't know much. I don't know how much they paid for him. I don't know the numbers, but I mean
37 million.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus 20 million add-ons.
Yeah. 17 million add-ons.
Yeah.
I mean, my thing is, personally, I think we need a striker now in the January window.
I don't think we need to reach. Well, he's going to show it to Simeon finish.
We need one right now. I mean, is it going to be a long-term solution? Maybe not, but we need one right now. So if you get one now, you don't want to spend too much if it's not a great one. But I think you need a good long-term striker, or you need one for a short-term or loan and stuff. I can't see us going in these last few months without a striker. At the same time, I don't want to spend mad money like we did to get another striker at the same time. So it's kind of you got to balance that out. But it'll be crazy to go into these last few. I guess it's more than half the season coming up.
Yeah.
Without a striker.
Well, how much? 15 games?
We only played 15.
Yeah.
Well, we got all the all these other games, tournament knockout games to play too. But we need another striker. You don't want to, you don't want to burst the bank, but you need more bodies in there.
Let me just get some comments before we continue on this, right? Kurt's in here. Somehow I feel we're gonna get a striker who we least expect. Might be some unknown that the media has hyped about. Giroud?
I don't know why. I don't know why. No, but I don't know why Giroud passed my head today for some reason.
Eric Lewis saying here, I think Ten Hag really wanted Gakpo. You don't let it pass through yet, Nico.
Yeah,
I guess do so. He's saying, I don't know. I think Ten Hag really wanted Gakpo based on his interview reactions. Nevertheless, January signings are a must to try to get top 4. All right. Jody saying here, I believe that if the number 7 had left in the summer, we would have gone after Gakpo full 100. All right. JP, right now, scenario, right? Because Ten Hag keeps saying that he wants a striker, but it has to be the right player. Right now, whether that is old talk or fact, we don't know, right? But let's just say, for argument's sake, that we don't get that ideal or that right player in January, right? Do you think that Martial and Rashford, because I'm just going off the back of how he using the two players right now, right? Do you think that they can see us through till the summer with us achieving, you know, our goals in terms of top four, probably a cup, the same ones that we would have discussed last show, you know, top four, one cup and probably a final, you know? Do you think that managing Martial and Rashford as the centre forwards, if we do get a number 9, do you think that could sustain us until the end of the season?
I think the biggest fear with that would always be injury. And sadly, Martial don't have the best record where staying fit is concerned. So, and Ten Hag would know about that. So, I don't see it as being something realistic. I think it's vital that we get a striker in before. The question is who? Think and looking for a short-term solution, and maybe that is why I hoping maybe that's why the Gakpo situation fall through, because he looking for somebody who is a number 9 and not somebody who could just play number 9. So he was somebody who that is their position. So yeah, so maybe it's the whole thing with Gakpo. Maybe he wanted Gakpo this summer because Rashford was coming in. But Rashford turned things around now, so maybe the situation changed where that is concerned. But for having to get a number 9 now, I think we need to go in the market, even if it's somebody who is a backup, but they're good enough as a backup to the team. Because we can't trust Martial to stay fit as much as Ten Hag doing to manage his fitness. We know what is happening with him. Anytime you see Martial fall and hold any part of his leg, you get worried one time. So yeah. I think we need it. We need it to get out of 4. We need it.
Phil, what are you saying?
Yeah, based on the injury record that we've seen bestowed upon the likes of Martial and Rashford, I'd rather be, well, I would say about 6 months ago to be proactive, but now it's time to be reactive / proactive, right? Because can Martial and Rashford stay fit for another 4 or 5 months? Based on their record, I'm going to say no, but one can only hope so, right? So if we're linked with the likes of Jonathan David or Joe Felix, by all means, bring them in, and it will provide healthy competition for those lot as well too, right? So yeah, I definitely don't think they can sustain us, but one can hope, right?
Nico, because and the reason why I'm asking is because Ten Hag seemed adamant, and one of the comments that he made was, if you just bring a body in for bringing a body in, it could cause more problems than be a solution.
Yeah, but as everybody say, is we had to be basing our reactions on the injury record, you know, and at some point, we, as much as we may not want it with the team, at some point, Rashford and even Martial, the man Rashford look more fitter this season. They may go down, and the mere fact when they go down now as we talk about Garnacho before, we had to rely on an inexperienced Garnacho, and then you got to rely on even Ilanga, right? And we know what comes with that now. What comes with that is inconsistency. What comes with that is we don't know what we're going to get on a given day. So to me, definitely we should go in the market.
Correct.
Fair.
I know Cape wants to say something.
Cape?
Say something. Let me see.
Move a little bit closer to the window.
Okay.
All right, well, let me get some comments in the meantime. All right. Kurt's in here. I know for a fact 2 strikers coming.
If
Okay,
fucker. Kurt.
Kurt, who you know, man?
Say one from the academy and one from outside. Alright, let's buy.
Kurt has some legs that we know about, by Kurt.
I hope you can stand up in court. Because I hope you can stand up in court and sit down. I know for a fucking.
Jody said here, my pick is Ivan Toney. Man United should go after. We say that long time, right? But Ivan Toney has some kind of things hanging over his head right now. We ain't sure if Man United going to touch that case. All right. Eric Lewis saying here, yes, if Marcel stay fit. He's saying Elanga ain't saying nothing. All right. Kurt also saying here, yes, but that betting scene with Tony would pose a problem. Yeah, because I believe Tony would excel at it. Correct. We may end up with another Igalo type signing. Maupe playing with Everton and came start. You're gonna bring it here for?
Wait, yeah. Oh shoot.
Riyad on the inside. Riyad, thanks for joining, man. He's saying a large part of that is because of us, a toxic fan base who find it easy to berate and insult these hymen beings from behind a keyboard. All right,
human beings.
Human beings. Yeah. Nico, you wanted to say something?
No.
All right, guys. So watching the time, and we wanna wrap it up. Just one quick observation for me, and it's something that I know we were talking about in the past. When we convincingly win in games, look at how Ten Hag has used his squad. Ten Hag maxed out his substitutions today, right? Fred, Donny, Maguire, Ilanga, and Garnacho. It is easier for the manager to use his squad when we put in away games early. This game was done and dusted by halftime.
But right? One goal could have changed that game, Reem? One goal after when we was 2-0, when he even made the 2 substitutions. One goal could have changed this entire game. Anything after that and you got a draw, then that come like a loss,
No,
but again, it showed that Ten Hag trusts his squad to a point. You know, all right, 2-0. Yeah, 2-0. Well, then you trust you all to bring this game home. You know, which was good.
Yeah. He has to, because when you look at the running that we going to now, he has to use his squad. So let's see how that goes. Guys, let's get some closing thoughts now. Cave?
Closing thoughts. I missed the question with the Graham Souness comment, so I can just pitch my opinion here. Graham Souness, I think he represents a lot of people, a lot of fans that follow the Premier League, not just only the Premier League. He represents a lot of them. They're clueless to the qualities of, a lot of players outside of the Premier League, because for him to think Casemiro is just a steady Eddie, meaning someone that just collects the ball and dishes it off, like, that was so off the mark, man. It just is poor punditry, because I can't call him a journalist. It's poor punditry, lazy punditry, not doing the research. And he said it with his chest. That's the thing that got me. He said it with his chest, meaning he meant that. And like Phil say, like I keep saying, you will have to be watching La Liga or following Casemiro to know that man was more than just somebody that can break up play. He's definitely more than that. But besides that, I think my closing thoughts are I would like to hear some rumors from the reputable journalists that are close to Manchester United. I'd like to hear some rumors of an incoming, even if it's a loan deal. Because the fact that we didn't move on Gakpo, I wonder if it's because of money. Probably going into financial fair play, having to go back to the bank all the time. It's not that we're making money to pay off the debt like we should, like we would like to. We keep having to go back to the bank. These things going to keep hitting us in the long run. So I don't know if it's a case money is an issue, but I would like to hear something on the front line. At this point, I'm so desperate to even be open to Memphis Depay. I mean, I was open to him in December also because I know that we're going to need somebody. We're going to need someone to add to that front line.
That's not a bad shout, Memphis Depay is actually.
I like that.
And
I like that
a loan
shout.
deal. I don't think the
a loan deal for Memphis Depay.
It'll probably be a loan deal too. It wouldn't be a great. It wouldn't be a thing, and I think that'd be good enough too. Memphis just came back from a long time from injury, and he showed in the World Cup that he still has quality to him. I think he's a different player to what we've had. So I need to hear something. I need to hear something to build back my confidence in Manchester United. I'm not confident we're going to make top four, not with this squad. And I need to hear something moving in the direction. Okay, yeah, we got a forward coming in. So yeah, that's just my closing thoughts.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, on a similar vein, but what I've seen recently from Manchester United is a lot of things happening, and you're not hearing it in the media as we used to before. So as simple as players came back from the World Cup, simple as when Bruno started, Casemiro started for the League Cup game. Some of the players we weren't aware. Normally, everything Manchester United in the media, everything we know happening in the club before. I mean, very early. But what we're seeing now is a lot of things happening under the carpet, or quiet, and possibly there's a deal happening underneath that we might hear that might surprise us. Don't be surprised that you hear João Felix. I honestly, right now, I won't be surprised because I am seeing business under Ten Hag is being done differently than other coaches. So if that is the case, I hope that is the case. I hope that we get in a quality player. I don't mind a Memphis on loan, right? Or a João Felix on loan. Why not? And I think, as Cave said, that will bring confidence that, hey, we're doing something different and maybe really turning a corner at United for the future.
Yeah, Phil?
Yeah, great win today. A great way to end off 2023 at Old Trafford. I guess we can end 2023 with a win versus Wolves as well. And we're looking forward to the transfer market because I think, like most people have alluded to in the last half an hour, we do need some sort of center forward or striker come the second half of the season, right? And once again, Casemiro and Ericsson in that midfield definitely has been revitalizing and refreshing versus seeing Scott and Fred of last season. And I'm looking forward to the future of United under Ten Hag and a new board and new owners as well too, right? So bring on 2023.
Finian?
I mean, I'm thankful. I'm seeing a lot of coaching happening with the team. That first goal, that set piece. I mean,
Very true.
It's so simple, but wow, we spoke about that piece, and it was just wonderfully. So I see a lot of coaching happening, and that's a big thing for me. To actually see it, taking root, on the field. And then, the Ten Hag, handling the team. You got Van de Beek out there looking better. I see he run two guys there. And I was seeing it before from Van de Beek. I got surprised. I was laying down. I had to get up and make sure
I was like,
right.
wait now, who? You're like,
Yeah.
Wait
Yeah,
now,
I was Van de
Ericsson?
Beek.
No, that wasn't Ericsson. That's Donny. Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, you see development, and I think going into these next few months, we're gonna need everyone on that team to be good, plus transfers. And while everyone's looking to see who is coming in as a good mark as to what the future of United is, I also want to see who's leaving. Like, we talked last summer about coming in and going out. I mean, that ain't done yet. I want to see you coming in and who leaving. So I think this January window, as short as it might be, I want to get more insight as to what can I want for the future. So
Yeah. JP.
Yeah, I think overall, I just pleased with the direction the club going. I was seeing a lot of fans beaten up over the whole Gakpo situation, and for me, it didn't bother me as much because of what the last few months have been, and the players that we actually got in. Look, the whole Casemiro deal was in the works for months, and none of us knew about it. Right? We just thought, this Casemiro thing happened overnight, but that was in play. So we don't know what happened in the background now. We could have things happening, and I think what is most important is we seeing that we getting players that we need,
Yeah.
because our midfield needed fixing since Fergie left 13 years ago. Our midfield wasn't good, and we finally get a proper midfield now after all this time. We finally get a right winger, albeit he needs some time to settle. So you're seeing the coach bringing the making decisions to make the team better. So I trust in the process. People could beat up so that they want about which player we didn't get and Liverpool get them. He go on Liverpool, let him go Liverpool and do what he had to do. We will get who we have to get for our team. We don't just
And
want to stop gap.
just to add to that, remember when United fans were upset that Liverpool got Darwin Nunez?
Darwin Nunez, exactly.
You guys continue
Exactly.
now.
Exactly. And they signed Gakpo because this guy injured.
Jota injured,
Diaz.
Jota injured,
Yeah.
Luis
Diaz
Diaz
injured.
injured. So is when you look at the situation, for us, it could work out well for them, but it's not really what we would need at this time. And that's how I try and look at it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nigeria probably decide this is probably not the player that we need, and I trust in that process. And I think that's what the fans need to do, because the last few months, based on what we were talking about here last season, when we used to come here nearly every show and you're putting out here and it's a depressing, like you're only watching the game to come and be able to talk here. It's not like that again. I comfortably watching my team play. My
Correct.
pause raising watching certain plays, like I ball in, I enjoy watching my team play. So I think we are in the right direction, and I put my faith behind the manager right now. So yeah.
Yeah, and it's not like we wanted Gakpo, Rashford imitation Rashford. What we got that for?
Yeah.
We already had the original. What we got the imitation and the original for? Yeah?
I say instead of spending money like behind a big player, like we spend money to bribe somebody for the Ivan Toney situation and then bring him across.
Well, Ivan Toney have until January 3rd to answer, so let me see how that goes.
Yeah.
January 3rd. So if he get off, who knows? We could chuck in something and get him.
But if we interested in,
what if Ivan Toney
anyway.
himself?
We'll see. Kurt, as usual,
Ivan Toney about this still want to beat these allegations.
Sure.
Ivan Toney, Bettino, still to want to beat allegations. Ivan Toney betting on himself.
João Felix on loan for us. I think Atletico Atletico want the club to pay his full salary, and he on big money.
The links to Chelsea team strong though, so
I think it's Arsenal
Arsenal,
to
not
cover
Chelsea.
To cover for
I feel that Joe Felix tired of this pragmatic football that Simeone playing for the last 29 years and all this crap, man. So I think he tired of that, man. So I would take Joe Felix on loan. I don't see why not.
Right. Newcastle didn't do too much buys and playing very well. Eddie Howe has a system,
Yeah.
Probably.
Jody's saying here, but Ten Hag said them fellas need to be more decisive in front of goal. Yeah. He's a hungry manager. He want more.
Yeah.
And somebody had mentioned it earlier, with the amount of chances we're creating, we need more, man.
Yeah.
Jody's saying here, be careful, fellas. You know them fellas does malfunction just so.
Them days done, man.
DeAndre in the inside from YouTube. The Bajan in the house. Thanks for joining, man. So, fellas, we were looking to wrap it. Today was a nice day at the office. I still not going to watch back the game. You know, like when we win game and we play game good, and we're going to take it back in with all the nerves and just relax and enjoy it now. You know? But I mean, JP's put it so nicely that you're enjoying watching your team play now. Where we come in here and there's only good things we had to say. You know? We talk about Bissaka.
When they watch back the game,
how Bissaka, might have a future. You know? Because he actually looked.
One Bissaka download the crossing trait.
Or somebody else take the control on FIFA, so somebody else controlling on Bissaka. A player controlling them now. Right? No, but I mean, the man actually looking good, and I mean, oh God, I'm not going to turn my words, right? But he actually making me wonder whether we need to go and spend on a right back.
On a right back, yeah.
You know? So, what we gonna say? Jody's saying here, yes, no more therapy sessions on this show. Therapy could be good therapy too, Jody? So,
Therapy could be good as well, too.
Yeah. So, guys.
We're now going, man. We need more therapy sessions for a while.
Yeah. That's a weight of the team shoulder,
Yeah. And I think from our reading, it looked like he really going to Saudi Arabia.
We'll see, know.
Anyway, guys, so it was nice. Yeah. You know, we have Wolves on Friday.
Saturday.
And that's where we wrap up.
Saturday morning.
Saturday morning?
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Are they sure?
Yeah.
Just I kind of swear I saw
No, Friday is West Ham, Brentford, Liverpool.
Yeah, we got Wolves at 7:30 in the morning. Well, 7:30 my time, I should say.
Yeah.
Saturday morning.
Yeah.
Okay, well, 8:30 TT time. The first game Saturday.
I can't go to Friday night, so.
Boy, go enjoy yourself, game. So get depressed.
Exactly.
Yeah, so we have Wolves on Saturday, and we want to hope that we could continue break into the new year on a high, because more wins, more confidence, and who knows how long we could go on this extended unbeaten run, So earlier we impressed. Ten Hag doing bits, the team looking good, looking confident, looking promising. Long may it continue. Right? See you guys on the next one. Have a good night.
Yeah.
All right, brother.